Welcome to Fun is Fundamental. Fun is Fundamental is a podcast for those who realize that the enjoyment of life is about having something deep in our souls which lights our fire. It's for those who maybe have lost that fire and feel like they are missing out on the pleasures of life. In each episode, I will share recent fun activities and focus on why having fun is essential for good health. I'm your host, Alenia, and I invite you to take this journey with me and join the pleasure-seeking movement. Hello, welcome to another episode of Fun is Fundamental. And my guest today is Chelsey Pleasant. Chelsey is the founder of hitbodies.com. And she started Fit Bodies in 2017 after moving away from her clientele in Washington State. And she just wanted to help women in a different way than what was the standard of how to do online training. And so, she really had great foresight in how to do online training. And she is a wife and she's a mother to two adorable children. She also just recently started a podcast. This was recorded before she started the Hit Bodies podcast. And I ask questions about how to stay on track a lot, because consistency always has been a problem for me when it comes to my health and fitness journey. I really identified with her liking food and liking to eat, and she has really similar tastes to me, the things that she talked about really liking. I'm like, oh yeah, me too. I totally hear you and I totally identify. So she's my kind of people. Anyway, she is so authentic and honest, and she talks about her struggles really in a relatable way. And so I really think that you're going to like this conversation and hopefully get some, tips of how to stick with your own fitness routine. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Hi, Chelsey. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being on the podcast. So I'm actually part of Hit Bodies, and I would love to hear, and for the audience to hear more about where Fit Bodies came from.
Yeah. So it's kind of a funny story. I was working, so I'll go back to when I was working my big girl job at Costco, and it took so much bravery for me to leave that big girl job and become a full-time personal trainer. Before that, I was doing it at 4 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock at night every day, at work. And then, I had this terrible boss. I know that's really weird, but I had a boss that was so bad, it drove me out. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to go for it. And so I became a personal trainer, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. I loved it. I loved that I took fitness and made it my full-time job. Not that being a personal trainer is that innovative or anything, but people do it all the time. But it just felt so cool that something I love could make a full-time living. And so this was when I lived in Seattle. And then I fell in love with a man who, he was originally from Seattle, which is, how we connected, but he was just home on leave, and he was in the Air Force, and he was stationed in Montana. So he had a deployment coming up. And so during the time of his deployment, we kind of decided I was going to sell my house and move to Montana. And that was crazy. I never saw myself living in Montana. I had lived in Seattle my whole life, and I had built up this clientele of people, and I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to move to this tiny town in Montana. Okay. So what I decided to do while he was deployed was launch online training. And this was back in 2016, when everyone who did online training, including myself, just did it in that super boring, let me email you some workouts. Let me email you, it was all via email. It was so dry. It was so boring. It was boring for me. It was boring for them. No one was really sticking with it. It just was kind of lame. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a handful of people who were asking for home workouts. So I just started recommending Beachbody On Demand because they had such a wide variety of stuff. And I was like, I feel like you're at least getting a little more guidance than just me writing body weight stuff. And I just, whatever. Right. But then it was like, I don't like these workouts that much. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like what I would actually do if I was working out at home. I want to have more say on this. So then one day I just decided to go live on Facebook and I was like, I'm just going to do a workout with you. Okay. Just so you can see like how to get a really good butt workout at home. And when I did that live workout, I had so much good feedback. So I did it again. And again, like more and more people were tuning in. And I was like, this is way more fun. This is so much fun. And it felt like a way that I could connect with the people from Seattle when I left. So when I moved to Montana, I decided, you know what, let's do a 3-week challenge where I go live every day. And I tried out different times a day. I did some in the evening, some in the afternoon, some in the morning, kind of all over the place, but give everyone a chance to come on live. Right. And it was crazy. It went so well. So then I did another one. And then I was like, okay, here's my plan. I'm going to take everything that people love about my online training and these live workouts, and I'm going to combine it into like an all-inclusive membership website. So whether someone works out at the gym, whether they want to work out at home, if they want like a meal plan, all that kind of stuff, it's all going to be in one place and it's going to be way more affordable than my online training. And I don't have to repeat myself 600 times via email. And I never like to copy and paste because that just feels rude, but like I could just put this out like, yes, it's the same workout, but it's so dang good. Right. And it gave me the opportunity too, to create new workouts every day because I personally don't like repeating workouts. I get bored,
Mm-hmm.
so it worked out really, really well. And, that was how Hip Bodies was born back in 2017. And we've been going strong ever since. We're finishing up my second pregnancy that this business has survived. So second and last, hopefully.
Yeah, I know that it's been not an easy pregnancy. Yeah. Yeah, the other way of having it be like through email and stuff like that sounds so impersonal and like cold. And so yeah, that was great that you saw this need in the world and you just went for it. Yeah.
Yeah, way before COVID made it cool.
Yeah. So have you always been a person that loved working out?
Not at all. No, I did cheerleading in high school and that kept me in shape, right? But once I got out of high school, as many, I guess like high school athletes and stuff who move on to not do anything after high school, the forced exercise is no longer there. And like, it was a lot of forced exercise in high school doing that because it was like we were competitive. So when I got out of high school, I remember I packed on like 40 pounds like that because your girl likes to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not like to exercise. So then I started doing like every quick fix you can imagine, like basically looking for anything that would trick my body into losing weight. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get a Wii Fit. Then it's like I'm playing a game, but I'm losing weight, but it wasn't, really good. Right. And then I did like a lot of dumb, like, have you heard of the cauliflower soup? And do you remember when that like Beyonce cleanse was a thing where it was like lemon and cayenne pepper or something?
Yeah.
I did all of that. I think I lasted
Uh-huh.
8 hours on that one.
Yeah, that's rough.
It is. Yeah, I was just looking for anything except for doing the work, right? And it wasn't. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that the work isn't that bad. Everything else I was trying to do was so much worse.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I I've definitely done my fair share of fad diets for sure. And yeah, a lot of them did not last long. So I hear you. Yeah, once like for me, it's like I definitely have a lot of inertia. Like if I haven't been working out, it's like really hard for me to work out. But once I have like I've been doing it consistently, it's like every day, it's just like easier and easier to show up.
For sure. Momentum is a beautiful thing in every aspect of life. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say you love about fitness?
I love that. So number one, energy. I'm a big believer that energy begets energy. The more you use energy, the more your body makes. And I hate when I feel sluggish and like I don't want to do anything and I just want to be in bed all the time. I just want to watch TV. And then like I feel guilty at the end of the day because that's all I did. Like I hate that feeling. And I love so much that staying consistent with both fitness and fueling my body well keeps my energy up so much. I mean, I'm not going to, of course, like I'm in my third trimester of pregnancy. I still get exhausted and like, you know, I'm still like the mom of a small child. I get exhausted, but like, I feel such a difference when I am consistently taking care of myself. And I love. And I love also that like it carries over into other aspects of my life. Because I have that energy, I'm able to accomplish more and more things in everywhere. You know, I have more energy to like get out of the house with my kiddo instead of being lazy, just all that kind of stuff. Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think, yeah, it makes such a huge difference in motherhood when you are able to have the energy and be present. Like plenty of people have had not very present parents. So yeah.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to other people that are not working out regularly and how to get started and to stick with it?
Okay. So if you're anything like me and you like kind of want to take on something new, you get like weirdly overcommitted before you start. You know, you're like, I'm going to do this and this and this and this. And you like, kind of, you just like weirdly overcommit to all this stuff, even though you're doing none of it right now. Right. Like, and you're like, because can you imagine if I did all these things, right? Like I'd be in crazy good shape. Like don't. So let's not do that. But like, you don't have to go to the other end of the spectrum where you don't set any goals for yourself. So number one is focusing on the habits, not the long-term destination, because the long-term destination, you're going to get there, you know, but focus on the day-to-day habits and focus on the 24 hours in front of you. Number one. And number two, make sure that what you're committing to is realistic for your current life. So, meaning I think you can get fantastic results working out 3 days a week. Absolutely. I think, for eating healthy, you know, if you're eating 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, that's 21 meals. If one of those meals is going to Red Robin and smashing a cheeseburger and French fries, that's not going to screw you up, man. You're going to be all right. But if 7 of those meals, then it's going to screw you up a little bit. Right. So kind of look at it as like a big picture. But at the same time, really just focusing on what you need to accomplish as the next 24 hours, you know, and like trying to keep that momentum, because when you just focus on like, what do I got to get done today? It's so much more reasonable to build that momentum. And then it starts to feel easy and effortless and you start to crave the good stuff that's actually helping you.
Yeah, definitely. What do you personally struggle with when it comes to fitness?
You know, it's kind of an interesting question to ask me right now because this is probably the only time in the last 10 years that working out has felt so hard. Like this pregnancy has just been, you know, for those listening, I have been nauseous this entire time. So like the smell of myself, the smell of my dog, like anything can set me off at any moment. And so that has been one of the hardest things to work through and especially work out through. Like it's very difficult, but I will say the benefit of pushing through that has shown me like, wow, I'm really, really capable of sticking with something even when it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, exercising that same discipline in so many aspects of my life. And I believe it's helped me with like insulin sensitivity, because I feel like I could be borderline gestational diabetes. Not that there's anything wrong with being having gestational diabetes. I'm just saying, I think in my case, staying so consistent on strength training and exercise has kept me on the other side of that, which, you know, we can all admit it kind of blows to have to check the blood sugar and stuff. So like that's been really nice. But I would say like the biggest struggle with it is like, I want to talk myself out of it, right? Like the longer I sit and negotiate with myself, I can really think of a lot of reasons why I shouldn't. And so, the way I combat that, because I do want to be helpful, I don't just want to complain. The way I combat that is when I catch myself being like negotiating with like the lazy girl inside me and like the excuse maker inside me, I'm like, no, we're done. We're done. We're not going to have a conversation with her anymore. We're just going to do this. We're just going to do this. And we're just going to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because that dialogue can go on for a long time and waste a lot of time and like do a lot of other stupid things. But you just got to stop giving it energy.
Yeah. Well, and it builds, you know, definitely help build self-trust and confidence for you to like, be like, nope, we're sticking to what we plan to do. Like,
yeah.
How do you find balance in having, you know, fit bodies, and like obviously you have to show up and exercise all the time, but also like you want to enjoy your life, you know, not that you don't enjoy.
Yeah. Okay. So, I would say for me personally, the way that I find balance is through a couple of things. So number one, working out is addicting, period. It's addicting. Maybe not when you're super pregnant, but like in most cases, it's addicting. You're going to build momentum with it. So that is where I find myself being a little more strict, because it takes up a very small portion of your day, right? So I can continue to exercise on a very, very consistent and regular basis, and feel really good and take care of myself, and not really have a lot of wiggle room with that. So at the end of the day, my big rule is no more than 2 days off in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So if I work out Monday, let's say I take Tuesday, Wednesday off, guess what? You're working out Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
you know, period. Yeah, and then even if I take off Friday, Saturday, guess what? You're working out Sunday. And then still you've worked out 3 days that week. And it's not a terrible week, you know? So that's like my like non-negotiable. But on the flip side, while I think working out is very addicting, I have not found avoiding junk food to be as addicting. I like to cook. I like to bake. I like the taste of sugar. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that is where, for me personally, I have to find a little bit more balance. And that is where I give myself a little bit more wiggle room. And so I think there's two different seasons there. If you are in a season where you are trying to lose weight, get healthier, etc., the fact is, I would love to sugarcoat it. Interesting choice of words, but there is no way to sugarcoat it. You simply have to be more disciplined for that to happen. Right. Mm-hmm. And then there's a season where you're more in maintenance mode, right? And finding what that looks like for you. And I think that's different for every single person. But for me, there's a couple rules that I follow. So number one, I don't snack. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat a meal. I'm going to get full, so I don't have to freaking think about food. Because if I'm grazing all day, it's on, and it's not going to be pretty. Okay. Yeah. So for me personally, I eat big meals less often. It keeps my mind off of food. Mm-hmm. Number two, I cook at home. I don't eat out very much. It saves me money and it keeps me healthier. I've worked in enough restaurants to know the quality of ingredients is not great. They're cooking in a lot of like crappy oils that are like not good for us, even at the nicer restaurants. Mm-hmm. So for me personally, I just try not to eat out at all, because then I know what's going into my food and I can control the quality. Even making nachos at home is going to be better than eating nachos at, I don't know, Applebee's or something. Right. So that's number two. Number three, I would say the last one is like, I try to make all of my meals protein focused, and protein being a big part of it is what I'm saying. Protein is a thermogenic macronutrient, meaning it increases your core body temperature. It's going to help keep you full. It's going to help regulate blood sugar. It's going to do so many awesome things for you. So for me personally, if I'm not snacking on, things that don't have protein, I am going to eat a real meal, and it's going to have protein in it. So I try to, like, when I'm grocery shopping, always thinking of easy proteins to grab. Something as simple as like deli meat, hard-boiled eggs, that kind of stuff. So I can always easily grab it if I don't have a lot of time to like cook a whole meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you ever struggled with that feeling of like, oh, I have to do this every day? When you have like things that you have goals and, you're just trying to make your life better. And sometimes you're just like, you get tired of like just showing up every day for these goals. Are there ever like times when you're just like, oh, I just really like, I don't want to have to do this every day for the rest of my life?
Yeah, I would say not as much for me with working out. Cause I like how I feel after working out. And I'll be honest, like sometimes when I eat like a really healthy dinner, my husband and I will look at each other and we're like, I could go to Taco Bell right now. You know what I mean? And like, yeah. And when we've had like, have like a 3-week streak where we just like killed it. We just ate like perfect for 3 weeks. And it's like, oh, I don't want to keep doing this, man. This is tough. Right. So yeah, for sure. I relate to that feeling, particularly in the food department. And I always call it like, it's like you're white knuckling to survive. That's kind of the mindset you get into. It's like, I just got to get through this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so the way I personally reset myself is I stop thinking about like what I have to do each day. And I start thinking about what I'm actually trying to accomplish. Because if what you're trying to accomplish is motivating enough, then it starts to feel exciting again to do those things. And the example that I always kind of tend to go to, because I think I don't care who you are, $10 million is going to excite you. It's like, if you knew at the end of 6 months of doing these things, you were going to get $10 million. It's like, you're going to be pumped to do it. You're like, hell yeah, I got $10 million coming my way for this. Right. Mm-hmm. And so the thing I remind people is, with taking care of yourself, with working out, and eating healthy, and all of these things, the journey feels long, because it is, but at the end of it, there's a lot of awesome things. And it's like, it really is different for everyone. But I think what feels so good is when you actually start to crave that, and you actually start to like, it becomes a part of your life, and you feel stronger, and you're effortlessly doing all of these things. And it just, that like, there's so many, I'm not explaining it well, because you're like, yeah, that's not as motivating as $10 million, Chelsey. but there is a lot of like awesome stuff, but it's like, sometimes you have to like make it sound better. Like, I want to look really good in a bikini, as shallow as that is. Like, maybe that's what is going to get you through those tough times where the mindset starts to dip,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After as much time as you have been doing this, do you still set goals for yourself?
Yes and no. So like after I have this baby, obviously I'm going to want to, people can judge me and be like, you shouldn't fight for the bounce back or whatever. There's a lot of people that are like against that. But I would like to lose weight after I have this baby, because your girl has put on a lot of weight with this pregnancy. So I'm excited to, I don't necessarily have a number in mind or anything like that. For me, it's just like having those habits that I know are going to get me to a body I'm more confident in. Mm-hmm. I like to, my threshold is when I feel like I can take a picture without anxiety. When somebody says like smile for a picture, and it's like, like I'm wearing a tank top and I like my arms are gonna look huge, like all the, like all that
Yeah.
stupid stuff that we worry about. Like that's kind of my threshold. I just want to get to the point where I feel really confident in my own skin again.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, I know that's kind of a vague goal, but that's
No,
how I measure it.
I mean, I think that ultimately, especially with like, after having children, your body is going to change, your body changes. So it's not like you can be like, oh, I'm going to be exactly this weight. And like, that's the goal. Like you have to like, you know, be kind to yourself and be like, maybe I'll be a little bit more than I was before I had children, but you could still feel good in your body, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What do you like to do physically that is like just something completely different that is just you just find really fun?
Mm. I would say playing in the waves at the beach,
Mhm.
especially with my son. We moved here to play in the beach, right? And it was kind of rough the first couple of years because it's terrifying with a small child, but now he kind of recognizes the dangers of the ocean a little bit. So
Mhm.
we both feel a little safer being there together. And that's probably one of my like top favorite things to do right now. I'm not a sports person. Like I have zero desire to like anything with a ball. I suck at like all that. I just don't like it. I like to dance, which is why I do the like I've like turned it into a workout, right? I do like the twerk outs.
Mhm.
But I don't like alcohol. So like I don't like going to clubs and dancing. Like that doesn't interest me. I don't like staying up late. It just really throws off the whole next day.
Yeah.
So that's why I prefer it in more of a workout format. And I've recently been doing prenatal yoga, and I've really enjoyed yoga. Now I've no interest in ever teaching it, not my thing, but I have a huge respect for, I guess, for people who can really slow it down and hold my interest at the same time.
Mhm.
That's impressive.
I remember like not really thinking I would like yoga and then going to like certain classes and being like, oh, this is like it feels so good, and you just like really tune into like these little things. Yeah.
Well, I think what I don't like is when they try to make it like a workout. It's like I don't need that. Like let's not do like a kind of sort of workout here. Let's just stretch real well. Like that's what I'm here. So like my instructor, I feel like I found a really good instructor because she focuses on like restorative yoga.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's some instructors that are like, let's make it hard. And I'm like, that's not, it's hard, but it's just like, I just can't stand on my hands and do all this crazy stuff you're
Yeah.
doing. And
Yeah.
so that has always turned me off. And I don't like hot yoga. Oh my gosh. Who thought of that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I did hot yoga once. And like I did like that like you could like really get into your stretch, but otherwise I'm just like, oh, this is miserable.
It's just like gross. Like all the other people, like if it was just me, maybe, but like all the people in there, I'm like, this is a lot of sweat in one room.
Yeah, yeah. It's like so muggy. Yeah. No, actually my favorite like stretches are the ones that are just like super like relaxing. Like I love like doing the
Mhm.
pigeon and like happy baby, like things like that where you're just like so like relaxed into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. There you go. How do you define play?
How do I define play? I think that play is when you kind of are able to get lost in something, like an activity, and you feel like time is going by and you're so lost in the activity you don't even realize it. Like you don't have the desire to like check the clock and like how much longer, that kind of stuff. And I think that can come from both physical activities, but also like sometimes you just get lost in something like doodling or like that kind of stuff too, right? Like it doesn't
Mhm.
necessarily have to be physical, but just kind of letting your mind get to that place.
Yeah. Flow, I guess. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Feels good. Okay, so there are 8 play personalities. And most of the time people are more than one. So there's no right answer.
Okay.
So I'm just curious, what is your play personality? So there is the kinesthetic, the competitor, the artist, the explorer, the storyteller, the collector, the joker, and the director, which is like a person that likes to plan things.
Okay. I feel torn between two. So I'm like definitely not competitive. Being competitive stresses me out, turns me off. I don't like it. I always like find that to be like an impressive trait in people, but also like, you're not my person if you're super competitive, at least for like certain things, right? My husband is actually really competitive. But I feel like I think I'm gathering that the kinesthetic would be like, I like kind of figuring it out on my own, but with a purpose. Like the explorer sounds like maybe just kind of mindlessly or not necessarily having an end goal. I like having the end goal, but I like being physical. I don't like being talked to. But you mentioned director. I also like a sense of control. So yeah, that is definitely I'm sure, like, if Jen was here, she'd be like, oh yeah, that's
like plan things. I want this to be like this.
Oh yeah, like planning. Yeah. I love plan. I will plan. Sometimes planning things is more fun than doing it.
Yeah. Well,
you know
what I mean? Like, when you're like thinking about like this thing that's coming up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like daydreaming, and I love that stuff. I love it. It's like planning a home build, for example, and then actually doing it. Oh, planning it is way better. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're like, I know about the home building part. That sucks when it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Like a loaded Rocky Road. Like it can't be just like, here's a marshmallow, here's an almond. Like it's got to be loaded with the fillings. I like the crunch. I love marshmallows. Yeah. Like all of it together, but I just need like a lot of it in there.
Yeah. I know sometimes they're disappointing.
Yeah.
What would be your dream vacation?
Just, and this changes with every season of life, but right now, the thing is, I don't dream of vacationing without my child. I just would like maybe like a half day. So,
yeah, sure.
Like being able to bring my parents or something like that to like take the other half of the day.
Yeah.
And but still be able to do adventures. I would like to go. I'm so lame. I love all inclusives where I don't have to go anywhere. It's just like all in one place. I unpack and like, a lot of people like cruises. I've been on a cruise. Hello, stressful. You're putting time limits on everything. I can't do it. That's not my thing. I like all inclusives where I can grab food when I'm hungry. I can, it's just all taken care of. I can order room service if I don't feel like leaving. Like, that's my jam. I don't need to go sightsee. I can look it up on Google. If I feel like doing something fun, I can set it up. But if I feel like just being lazy, then I can also do that. And the key is it has to have, because we'll bring it back. If I go on vacation, it's got to have a gym. Starting my day with a good workout, oh my gosh, it makes the world of difference. Preferably toddler free.
Yeah. I'm sure working out with a toddler is definitely a little harder.
Oh yeah.
When's the last time you laughed so hard that it hurts?
I mean, I feel like my husband and I make each other laugh that hard a lot. Like every night after my son goes to bed, we curl up in bed and something hilarious happens. I mean, like, I don't know. We just talk and it's funny. Like, for example, right now, my husband wants to do stand up. Okay. Like stand up comedy.
Okay.
Okay. But I'm his wife. Do you know how that is, right? And so first off, a lot of the jokes are at my expense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not funny to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost more hilarious because I'm just not laughing at all when he's like running these jokes by me. And he's just like, you're just so brutal. I'm like, it's just not funny. It's not funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's been like the topic of conversation lately at night. So we'll see if he ever actually does it, and we'll see.
I mean, that takes a lot of bravery. Like even
It does,
like
right?
consider it. Yeah.
Like I have zero interest in, like, no, I'll stay on the internet where I can delete the video and pretend it never happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely want to control where that goes, right? What is something that makes you feel luxurious?
I think like when I have a clean house and like all my laundry's put away. God, it's so basic. Like, I feel like that's like a thing that a lot of people just do. But like for me to put away my laundry is a freaking miracle. So like just having clean house, fresh towels, nice smelling shampoo and conditioner and body wash. I'm like coming out of the shower into my bedroom and like, it's all ready for me. Like that makes me feel very luxurious, which makes me realize my bar is pretty low.
I mean, when we wash the sheets the first night, and it's like heaven. It's like so basic, but it's like
it's really nice though. It feels different.
Yeah. What would be your perfect day?
This question is like so hard because I think once you become a parent, there's so many things that you want to be doing. And it's hard to sort. It's like, I don't know. Right. But and there's that temptation too, to like have like a kid free day. Right. But the truth is, like, when I think about my perfect day, all of my work is done. Okay. So I don't have to worry about it and I can focus on my family. And we would definitely start the day by going out to breakfast. Because I love going out to breakfast. I know I said I don't eat out, but like the one meal, if I were to eat out every single day for the rest of my life and I had to pick breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it's going to be breakfast. Mm-hmm. Breakfast is like, it's just so fun to eat out. I don't know why. I think it's like the coffee and I love eggs Benedicts, which is a disaster to make. So yeah. I would go out to eat breakfast. And then I would love to just relax at the beach, build sandcastles, splash in the waves, and then probably be there until like noon, and then have a light smoothie, something like that. Take a family nap. I love a good family nap when we all nap at the same time. That's my jam. I love naps. And then I just like it because it's summer right now. So my head's in summertime. Play in the pool, right? Play in the pool and like barbecue for dinner, maybe do some s'mores or something. And then like a movie night and go to bed. It's so simple. So simple. I mean, if you really add like whatever you want, like you could just like throw in like $1 million to take care of like all money issues, right? But like, sure. I'm trying to think of like I could dream any bigger, but that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it being like simple like that. That does sound like a really great day. Like a couple of weeks ago, like all we did was go, meet up with some friends and go have a barbecue at the park. And it was such a wonderful day. Like, just like, right? It's so simple, but it's like, can just be everything, right?
Yeah. I think Kevin's birthday, that's my son. It was so nice. on his birthday to like, he was so entertained. We all got to interact as parents, like with each other, yummy food. And it was just so simple, right? Like, it's so simple to just, but yeah, like humans are what make the perfect day, right?
Yeah.
Like being around your favorite people. And like, I hope you made a family with your favorite people, you know, like that's the best people to do it with.
Definitely. Yeah. What's your favorite season?
So when I lived in Washington on the West Coast, summer.
Yeah.
When I lived in Montana, call me crazy, I loved the cozy winters. Living here, spring. So I live here in Wilmington, North Carolina, for those who don't know, on the coast, and summer is terrible. Everyone visits here during summer. They're stupid. It's terrible. Don't do it. It is hot. It is muggy. There's bugs everywhere. It's awful. But spring is magical. Fall is a close second. And winter, it does get pretty chilly, but it's still like, you still have like 60, 70 degree days. But yeah, like nothing like a Pacific Northwest summer day. I mean, that is like, oh, it's gorgeous. And in Montana, like curling up when it's snowy outside, like that, I loved it. Because it snows a lot. And when it's dumping snow like that all day, there is just like nothing better than making a cozy dinner and like having a movie night. It's the best. Yeah. So I have an appreciation for all kinds of days in different places, but that was the jam.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing. Like, I was talking to someone the other day, and, you know, they're in Colorado and they actually like winter because it's not gray all the time. You know, that's the thing. Like here in Seattle, it's just constantly just gray. And I get so tired of it. Like, you know. And so I imagine in Montana, obviously you get lots of snow, but it's probably similar to Colorado, where there's some sun sometimes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's either snowy or sunny, but definitely not a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Not a lot of rain.
Two more questions, maybe one or two. I don't know. Depends. What expensive activity would you like to try if you could afford it?
Boating. Like, I would love to like learn and I don't even know what kinds. But around here we have a lot of really cool little islands that you can only get to by boat, like Masonboro Island and all these other ones. And so, yeah, like it'd be cool to, I don't even know like what kind of boat I would want, like a sailboat or like just a regular boat or like a party boat. I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy because if you're like to get a boat slip is like impossible. And so like there's like this whole world around boating that I'm just like, yeah. And then I like the gas in a boat. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm too frugal for that life right now.
Yeah. That's the big bucks life, right?
Yeah.
What kind of people do you admire most?
I admire people that, okay. I'm a lazy person. I'm a lazy person. I don't like people think like, oh, you work out, so you're not lazy. No, I'm lazy though. And my husband can vouch for it. I am lazy. I have a tendency to like half everything I do. Not in every aspect of my life, but like I really admire people who have that sense of like pride in their work in everything they do. Like, I just think that is so hard, right? Like, sure, I'll like do my workouts, I'll get my work done, like all that kind of stuff. But like, I'm not gonna put my clothes away. I can't do it. I'll just work out of the laundry hamper. And like pulling weights, dude, no. Cleaning toilets, no. I'm gonna hire a cleaning lady. I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm missing this this drive. So I really admire people who, like my husband, I always call him aggressively productive. Like, from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to bed, he goes. It like bothers him if there's things to do and he's not doing it. Whereas like, I'm totally like, I I'll say we'll do it tomorrow. I don't mind putting it off. So yeah, that's a trait I admire. Probably why I married him, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right. Because this is where my head is right now, because I'm like, I need some coffee. How do you take your coffee?
Just either milk or cream. That's it. Just coffee, like so plain. If I am to treat myself to a Starbucks, which is like only on the like my birthday, and just like I don't know, maybe like a road trip or something like that, I do love a good white chocolate mocha. They're so good. They're so
Yeah.
good. But that is not a regular drink for me. But
Yeah.
man, they are yummy. They are so yummy.
They are. Completely agree.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on here. Where can the audience find you?
Well, I'm on Instagram and TikTok as just Chelsey Pleasant, all one word, Chelseey, and then Pleasant. And I'm on Facebook. I don't know. Yeah. And you can visit hitbodies.com. We have a really cool new way that we're going to be doing things here soon, which I'm really excited about. Where, yeah, like if you sign up, you actually get to like, you do a week from our top 4 challenges.
Oh,
Isn't that a cool idea? Yeah.
yeah.
So that's how we're going to bring people in from now on.
Cool.
And then just we're going to go a little crazy while I'm out on maternity leave. So yeah, we have some fun stuff.
Cool. Well, I look forward to hearing more about what what are the next things that come up and everything. You're always changing it up, which is great.
Yeah, I think that's the ADHD in me. I've never been officially diagnosed, but pretty sure I have it.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like it's become pretty common. So yeah.
It's right. It's like hard to, like, does everyone have it? Like, this just seems like, I don't know. My mom did say they tried to medicate me when I was young, but she like wouldn't do it.
Oh.
She like said, oh, she'll grow out of it or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it explains why I really struggled in school.
Okay.
And I changed my major like 15 times in college. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It probably checks out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just designing my life around it. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And I hope you have a good day. And
yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
To come out. Keep me posted.
I will, definitely. Yeah. So I just wanted to thank Chelsey again for being on, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Have some fun, and I'll see you next week. Bye.